Good morning students, Sairam. In today's math session also, we are going to revise some of the important questions from chapter 7 fractions, which will be from exercise 7.3 onwards and also from chapter 8 decimals. Children, I have already informed you that both these chapters are included in your second periodic test. Now let's have a look at your paper pattern once again. There will be multiple choice questions of 1 mark and 2 marks. There will be fill in the blanks and true or false. Now let's see what is the first question. If the numerator and denominator of a fraction are equal, then the fraction is, we have 4 options here, less than 1, equal to 1, greater than 1 or none of these. Children, when we have the numerator and denominator both same, then what it will be? It will be equal to 1. For example, if we take both the numerator and denominator as 7. So, what do we get? We get 1. It is equal to 1. So, option B is the correct answer. Now, next question. Ravi ran a distance of 3.57 kilometers on Saturday as a part of his morning workout. On Sunday, he ran 4.9 kilometers. How many miles in all did Ravi run over the weekend? That means what we have to do? We have to add both the distances that he ran. So, it will be 3.57 plus 4.90. Okay. So, when we add them, what do we get? We get 8.47. So, which option is right? It is option D. Next problem. The equivalent fraction of 20 upon 36 with denominator 9 is dash. So, what we have to do? We have to find an equivalent fraction of 20 upon 36 where we have the denominator as 9. So, how do we get denominator 9? We divide 36 by 4, then we get the denominator 9, isn't it? So, we divide the numerator also by 4. So, what do we get? We get 5 upon 9. So, 5 upon 9 is the correct answer. So, option B is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next problem. Among 2.34, 2.43, 2.344 and 2.4, the greatest number is. Which is the greatest number here? Children, first for comparing numbers, we see the whole numbers. We look at the whole number. So, in all cases, whole number is 2. Then we see, we look at the digit in tens place. That is, it is in this number, it is 4. And this number also, it is 4. So, we have two numbers, 2.43 and 2.4 means 2.40 we can take. So, easily 2.43 is the greater one. So, 2.43 is the greatest number. This is the correct answer. Now, let's move on to the next question. John travelled 8 km 450 meter by bus and 3 km 650 meter by car. How much distance did he travel in all? That means we have to add both the distances, isn't it? So, distance travelled by bus is 8 km 450 meter means it is 8.450 kilometers, isn't it? And distance travelled by car is 3 km 650 meter means 3.650 kilometers. Now, when we add both of them, what do we get? We get 12.100, or you can write 12.1 kilometer. Okay. So, which is the right option? It is option B. Let's move on to the next problem. Multiple choice question of 2 marks. Seema went on a diet in first week. She lost 2.5 kg. Alright. And in second week, she lost 1.75 kilograms. And in third week, she lost 2.75 kilograms. And week 4, she got fed up. She ate lots of chocolate and gained 0.66 kilograms. So, how much did she lose altogether? So, let's see how we solve this problem. So, weight lost in first week is 2.5 kilograms. In the second week, it is 1.75 kilograms. And weight lost in third week is 2.75 kilograms. So total weight loss in 3 weeks, we will add these 3 and what do we get? We get 7 kg. Okay. When we add these 3, the weight lost in 3 weeks will be 7 kg. Now in the 4th week, she gained weight of 0.66 kilograms. So weight lost in 4 weeks will be 7 kilograms minus 0.66 kilograms, isn't it? So when we subtract these two, what do we get? We get 6.34 kilograms, isn't it? So she lost in 4 weeks 6.34 kilograms. Now let's move on to the next one. In 7th class, 3/4 students passed in maths, while 2/5 passed in English. Find the students who passed in maths and English. So what we have to do? We have to add up both the fractions. So number of students passed in maths is 3/4 and number of students passed in English is 2/5, isn't it? Now the students who passed in maths and English, we will add both the fractions, 3/4 plus 2/5. So for the LCM of 4 and 5 is 20. So we will multiply this fraction 3/4 by 5 and we will multiply 2/5 by 4. So what do we get? We get 15/20 plus 8/20. Okay. So when we add these like fractions, what do we get? We get 23/20. So the two students who passed in maths and English, they are 23/20. Option B is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next problem. Akash bought vegetables weighing 10 kg. Out of this, 3 kg 50 grams is onions, 2 kg 75 grams is tomato and rest is potato. What is the weight of potato? So what do? We first add up the weight of onions and tomatoes. Okay, and what is the total weight of vegetables? It is 10 kilograms. So we will first add onions and tomatoes, the weight of onions and tomato, then subtract this result, this sum from 10 kgs. Then we get the weight of potato. So we have the options here, but let's solve the problem first. So weight of onions is 3 kilograms 500 grams. That means 3.500 kilograms, isn't it? Weight of tomato is 2 kg 75 grams. That means it is 2.075 kilograms. Children, you have to be very careful while converting the kilograms into the grams into kilograms, isn't it? Here we have 75 grams. That means it will be 075 kilograms. It will not be 750 kilograms. Okay, you have to be very careful about this. Then total weight of onion and tomato will be this, isn't it? When we add up these two, 3.500 kg and 2.075 kg, we get 5.575 kg. This is the weight of onion plus tomato. Now total weight of vegetables is 10 kg. So what will be the weight of potato? 10 kg minus 5.575 kilograms, isn't it? This is the weight of onion and tomato. So we have shown the subtraction here. So what do we get? We get 4.425 kilograms as the weight of potato. So let's go back and see 4.425 is the answer. So option A is the correct answer. Now let's move on to the next problem. Seema, Kavita and Rita bought 8.5 meters, 7.25 meters and 9.4 meters satin ribbon respectively from the shop. Okay, so there are 3 girls and they bought 8.5 meters, 7.25 meters and 9.4 meters satin ribbon. Now find the total length of the satin ribbon they bought in all, and if there was 30-meter ribbon on a roll, find the total ribbon that is left. So what we have to do? First we have to add up all the length of ribbon bought by the 3 girls and then we have subtracted from 30 meters. Let's see how we solve this. So the ribbon bought by Seema is 8.5 meter. Ribbon bought by Kavita is 7.25 meter and ribbon bought by Rita is 9.4 meters. So, total length of ribbon bought by them will be, by adding these three we will get this. So, it is 25.15 meters. Now, total length of the ribbon, what was it? It was 30 meters. So, what will be the length of ribbon left? It will be 30 meter minus 25.15. When we subtract 25.15 from 30 meters, what do we get? We get 4.85 meter. So, 4.85 meter, that is option B, is the right answer. Let's move on to the next problem. Fill in the blanks. 1 kg 500 grams is what? So, 1 kg 500 grams will be like this. 500 grams can, when converted into kilograms, it will be 0.500 kilograms, isn't it? So, it can be written as 1.5 kg or 1.500 kilograms. It is the same. So, option A is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next one. 2 upon 3 minus dash is equal to 1 upon 3. Okay. So, what is to be subtracted from 2 upon 3 to get 1 upon 3? So, in this case what we do? We subtract 1 upon 3 from 2 upon 3. And what do we get? We get 1 upon 3. So, the answer is 1 upon 3. Next problem. Simplest form of 121 upon 1331 is dash. So, how can we get the simplest form? What we can do? We can write the factors of 121, that is 11 multiplied by 11, and the factors of 1331, that will be 11 into 11 into 11. So, we can cancel these 11s and what do we get? We get 1 upon 11 as a fraction, which is the simplest form of 121 upon 1331. Let's move on to the next problem. It is true and false. The place value of a digit at hundredths place is 1 upon 10 times the same digit at the tens place, isn't it? Yes, it is true. Now, let's move on to the next one. Fraction 15 upon 39 and 45 upon 117 are equivalent fractions. So, we have to find out whether these two fractions are equivalent or not. So, what we have to do here is find the simplest form of both the fractions and check whether they are equivalent or not. So, when we take 15 upon 39, what is the HCF of 15 and 39? It is 3. So, we can divide 15 and 39 both by 3. What do we get? We get 5 upon 13, isn't it? 5 upon 13. And when we want to bring 45 upon 117 into its lowest form, we have to find the HCF of 45 and 170. The HCF is 9. So, we will divide both the numerator and the denominator by 9. So, what do we get? Again we get 5 upon 13. So, yes, both these fractions are equivalent. It is true. Now, fraction 18 upon 39 is in its lowest form. Is it true? No, it is not in lowest form. It is still it can be divided by its HCF, that is 18 and 39 by 3, isn't it? By 3, what do we get? We get 6 upon 13. So, 18 upon 39 is not in its simplest form. So, this is a false statement. Now, sum of two fractions is always a fraction. Is it true? No, it is not true. For example, if we take two fractions like 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2, isn't it? Or if we add two fractions like 1 upon 2 and 4 upon 8, isn't it? So what do we get? We get 8 upon 8 when we solve this, which is equal to 1. So sum of two fractions is not always a fraction. It is a false statement. Children, with this problem, I end this session. All the best for your upcoming second periodic test. Prepare well and write the exam well. Thank you.